He's looking at me. At least you don't have to cycle in the rain.
Beefcakes get jobs, right? What?
Oh my goodness.
A pretty clever tatty.
Ooh, I should really showed you it.
Right, so I have 4 solution cards in my hand. Each one of these can solve one many problems. Also, Charlotte's got 4 cards. Diane's got 4 cards. Let's see the cards, team. There we go.
Ooh.
Those are our cards. What we now need to do is reveal the problem card.
Ooh.
I'm pulling out the card. People stuck in the gig economy.
Ooh, tricky.
Choose a card that will solve that problem. And we're going to start with Charlotte. Charlotte, what card are you going to play and why?
So I am going to play all internet providers to shut off the internet at the weekend. So this would help people being stuck in the gig economy because it would reduce demand for takeaways and things like that at the weekend because they won't be able to order them from the internet, which would mean that people who are stuck in the gig economy can get different jobs. For example, they can...
Librarians.
Yeah, or work as telephonists, taking calls to takeaway shops instead. And because it would have to be like that at the weekend, they wouldn't be in the gig economy anymore because they'd have to be have contracted hours. So, yes.
And famously, call centre work is really fun. So that's an excellent contribution.
Well,
Thank you very much, Charlotte.
Do you know what, though? Call centre work, at least you don't have to cycle in the rain. I'd prefer that, just saying.
Just happy places full of laughter and joy, call centres. Thank you very much, Charlotte. Diane, what are you going to play?
Oh, this is so tricky. I'm stuck between 2, but I'm going to go for, controversially, subsidised gym membership for all. Now, you might wonder why I would go for subsidised gym membership for all. And I've been asking myself that question as well.
Beefcakes get jobs, right?
Hear me out. You're stuck in the gig economy, right? You want to move on. You've got aspirations. But you really need to pound that out on a treadmill to really work through what your life plan is. You need some time. You need to de-stress. You need to feel good. You need the endorphins so you can make your escape from the gig economy. I mean, who doesn't love a boost from the gym? So,
Me.
yes.
Shh. Sorry.
Okay, well, there we go. That's a very well-considered argument from Diane. Thank you very much. I think the gig economy is a symptom of a society that's broken down. So the solution I'm going to raise is tax cuts for married people. Okay, because I want to encourage couples to commit to each other. And I want couples to have meaningful interactions with each other. And maybe one of them goes out and works and the other one stays at home. And if you're getting 50% of the population to stay at home, the job market becomes much more competitive. And nobody is then stuck in the gig economy. And the person at home who might do some housework means that the people who go and work, when they come home, they're much more relaxed. Supper's on the table. The house is all clean. We've got a wonderful society once again, and no such thing as the gig economy. Tax cuts for married people, lovely people. That's the only possible solution here. So now that we've all given our perspectives, we now need to vote for which the best solution is, because all politics ultimately comes down to voting and decision making. Oh, well, obviously, you wouldn't anyway. We wouldn't anyway, but you're not allowed to vote for yourself because, please. What we now need to do is vote for what we thought was best. So if you would like to vote for Charlotte, And the internet switching off, hands up now. If you'd like to vote for Diane and the treadmill, hands up now.
Yes.
Hang on a minute. Well, this is. I don't think I love it very much anymore.
You created it.
I did. It was a very long time ago, though, and I didn't expect my colleagues to treat me like this when we played it together. Anyway, okay, so people stuck in the gig economy. This card goes to Charlotte. She won that somehow with terrible arguments about the internet. So those go to Charlotte. Good work.
Well done.
And then you do the same thing. So you play through the cards. We're going to fast forward. Diane, Charlotte, I'd like you to discard 2 cards. Do not look at the cards. Just pick one out the back. I'm going to discard these 2 cards. This is what happens at the end of the game. You have 1 card left.
Really showed you that.
Don't show it to us.
Okay.
1 card left. Whatever that card is, you have to find the solution as to how it solves. And here's another problem at random. The problem is not enough hospital beds. Okay? Whatever's in your hand has to solve the problem of there not being enough hospital beds. We're going to start with you again, Charlotte. Charlotte, how are you going to solve the problem of not enough hospital beds?
Well, I have the best possible solution to this, and that is that there should be compulsory sex education at school. Because if you've got good sex education, people are going to reduce the amount of babies they have accidentally. There's going to be fewer STIs going around, things like that. Everyone's healthier, and therefore it will reduce the number of hospital beds taken up by pregnant people or people who have extreme STIs, I guess.
And you can put your back out during sex as well, can't you?
Yeah.
So there'll be fewer people who put their back out during sex.
Yeah. All those other related things.
Yeah.
Yes. So there we go. That's my solution.
Diane.
Well, mine is use private companies to deliver all government services. And, this is the smart choice, really, because we've given it a good go on the NHS, having it, the way it is, public service. But now it's time to...
Years and years.
Yeah, now it is time to let Beds R Us step in, hospital Beds R Us, and let them run it. And be
DFS.
Yeah, and there'll be a tender process. There'll be definitely the best company will get picked, because that's what always happens in good tender processes. And if we don't like them, we just take the contract away from them and give it to someone else. Boom.
It's magnificent. It's magnificent. I think the better way to solve the problem of not enough NHS beds is more talking therapies available in the NHS. And I'll tell you why. Freud said that all pain comes from the mind, right? So if we had talking therapies for people, with chronic physical health issues, we can cure them. Like Freud, genuinely, he like a lady was paralyzed, and he spoke to her a bit, and then she was all right. So if we just train up, like a lot of people, like really train people hard, then they can get into these wards and just talk to people, and they'll be up and about in no time, back to work, not just solving the problem of not enough hospital beds, but also growth and productivity in the economy, because these really ill people will be cured by talking.
Genius.
Thank you. I mean, of course, I could have argued that, mental health could be solved and that would free up.
You'd have thought that would be the obvious choice.
That would be, I mean, that would be the obvious answer, but that's not where I went.
No, you went for the outrageous claim.
Yeah. Because that's how this game is played. Right, so voting time. I think I know how this one's going to go. Pretty clever, Tatty. Hands up to vote for Charlotte. I don't believe in sex education. I think it should be peer-to-peer, like it was in the good old days. I think that's how sex education, it's how I learned about sex. And it's how I hope future generations peer-to-peer sex education. So I'm not voting for you. Hands up to vote for Diane. I'm voting Diane on that.
Thank you.
I thought it was an excellent argument, well made. And hands up to vote for me.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Fixing people through talk.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Well, I expected to win that.
It better be true.
I mean, the level of accountability here is slim. So this card goes to me. And at the end of this game, well, we only played 2 hands. I've got 1 card. Charlotte, you've got 1 card.
Mm-hmm.
So we're tied. And Diane has no cards at all.
No.
Even though she put up a really good concept of going to the gym. I really enjoyed that one. We can't have a tie. So Diane, you have to choose a winner whose arguments in general were better.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
I know he's your boss, Diane, but you know.
Oh, such right. No, he's looking at me. It's gonna have to... Charlotte, well done. You win that.
Thank you so much.
Tata, don't sack me, please.
What? And this, lovely people, is how the game is played, and it's also how to make enemies at home, at work, wherever you want to play this game. It's a handy pack that just fits in your handbag or fits in your pocket, and you can take it and you can fall out with people any way you like.
Yeah.
It's quite fun to fall out with people in the pub. So that might be a good place to play it. Or the classroom. Maybe play it with people you won't see until next Christmas as well. So they're forgiving you. It's a time of forgiveness and a time of love and a time of light. Thanks for joining us, lovely people.